Jomo Kenyatta and Oginga Odinga Jaramogi were key figures in Kenya's struggle for independence from British colonial rule, however. Their relationship eventually soured, and there are several ways in which Kenyatta was perceived to have betrayed Jaramogi. Political differences. Kenyatta and Jaramogi initially worked together in the fight for independence, with Jaramogi serving as Kenyatta's vice president in the early years of Kenya's independence. However, they had differing political ideologies and approaches to governance. Jaramogi advocated for a socialist-leaning agenda and was critical of capitalist tendencies in the government, while Kenyatta favoured a more conservative approach. This ideological divide led to tensions between the two leaders. Dismissal from government. In 1966, Jaramogi was dismissed from his position as vice president by Kenyatta's government. This move was seen as a betrayal by Jaramogi, who felt marginalised and sidelined within the ruling party. Jaramogi's dismissal was widely viewed as a result of political differences and power struggles within the government.
Formation of opposition. Following his dismissal, Jaramogi formed the Kenya People's Union (KPU), in opposition to Kenyatta's Kenya African National Union (KANU). Jaramogi's decision to form an opposition party was seen as a direct challenge to Kenyatta's authority and further strained their relationship. Repression and arrests. Kenyatta's government cracked down on the KPU and Odinga's supporters, accusing them of subversion and attempting to overthrow the government. Odinga and other KPU leaders were arrested and detained multiple times. Controversy. The relationship between Kenyatta and Odinga was further strained by allegations of electoral fraud and manipulation in the 1969 general elections. Odinga and the KPU accused Kenyatta's government of rigging the elections to maintain power. Ethnic and regional dynamics. The rivalry between Kenyatta and Odinga was not only ideological, but also had ethnic and regional dimensions. Kenyatta, a Kikuyu, was seen as representing the interests of the largest ethnic group in Kenya, while Odinga, a Luo, drew support from his own ethnic community as well as from other marginalized groups in Western Kenya. International factors. The Cold War context also played a role in shaping the relationship between Kenyatta and Odinga. Kenyatta's government was seen as more aligned with Western powers, particularly Britain and the United States, while Odinga's socialist leanings attracted support from socialist bloc countries such as the Soviet Union and China. This ideological divide further exacerbated tensions between the two leaders. Legacy of the Mau Mau Rebellion. Both Kenyatta and Odinga were involved, albeit in different capacities, in the Mau Mau Rebellion against British colonial rule. However, Kenyatta's perceived role as a moderate leader who favored reconciliation with the British authorities contrasted with Odinga's more radical stance. This divergence in approaches contributed to their later political differences. Impact on Kenyan politics. The fallout between Kenyatta and Odinga had significant implications for Kenyan politics. The dominance of Kenyatta's Kenya African National Union (KANU) and the suppression of Odinga's Kenya People's Union (KPU) stifled political pluralism and contributed to the consolidation of power within the ruling party. This authoritarian trend persisted throughout Kenyatta's presidency and into the subsequent administrations. Family connections. It's worth noting that the rift between Kenyatta and Odinga extended beyond their personal relationship to their families. Odinga's son, Raila Odinga, would later become a prominent opposition figure in Kenyan politics, frequently challenging the ruling party led by Kenyatta's successors.